Well, y'all, I would really like to tell you that this is going to be the video for the wrap-up of the 4 weeks of events, the championship, getting the Genesect, maybe some shinies. It ain't it. We're officially on day 3, about 3.5 of the event. I still cannot complete 15 raids. It's like when they put that out, they put out 2 raids a day. It's like they want you to have to spend at least 2 weeks doing this, but that's okay because we have a lot of updates to go over. But first, I'm gonna hatch some eggs with y'all because I've already hatched a bunch of these, but this might give us something good. So let's see what we get out of these real quick. Galarian Stunfisk just started off. Not shiny Meowth. Galarian Zigzagoon. Galarian Darumaka. Alright, Zigzagoon again. Another Galarian Darumaka, perfect. Alright, and those eggs are over. So, there's a lot of stuff we've hatched out of these eggs that are really great, but I'm sorry you're gonna have to wait until the other video comes out to see that stuff. What we're doing today is going over a bunch of updates that have been released in the game that I'm very, very happy about. One of which didn't really have an announcement, so I'm gonna show that one first. And I was originally gonna do a PvP battle for it, but I don't need to. And there's some stuff I'm working on for PvP, so we'll save that for later. But let me go into Candela here, and I'll show you guys exactly what I mean. And I need to do a battle anyways with my Pikachu. So let's go ahead and use this party, and let me show you this really cool update that I think a lot of us are gonna like. And let's start the battle. All right, here we go. So you watch my charged moves. So you see it's already set, and oh, you know what? It's not showing it. Oh, that's not cool. So let me actually attack this then. There's a new update that went out that they didn't really give an announcement for, and I might have to actually update my app for it. But the charged moves now, instead of just showing that you've charged it up and not knowing how much energy you've charged towards the next attack, it'll do one layer and then another layer and then another layer. So let me finish this real quick and see if I can see another way to do it, and we'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. So I actually did have to go and update my app. That was a fail on my part, but let's go ahead and go back into a battle so I can show you exactly what I meant, because this is a really awesome quality of life update and I'm very happy about it. I know a lot of people are happy about it. So let me show you how the new energy charges if you haven't seen it already. So now you won't ever have to second guess if you've charged enough energy, and you can do like the quick swap in a PvP battle. So watch the discharge. So you see it's charged, and now look, it's charging up again, and it's going to do an overlay. So we've got it charged twice, and now you can see the bar at the bottom, it's charging up again. So let me go ahead and shield this before this Sneasel claps me. Use a discharge. Ooh, and that's smooth, excellent. And it's gonna hit it, and as you can see, because we paid attention, we have another one ready to go. Ooh, another excellent. Gonna take out the Sneasel, and the bar will now show us we're back at the bottom. So it's not the biggest quality of life update, but it is something we've wanted for a long time, so we never had to second guess, wow, I messed that excellent all up. We didn't want to have to keep second guessing if we had that energy charged enough to go ahead and do the switch and have something hiding in the background. So I'm gonna go ahead and back out of this because we don't need to do any more of those. And now we've got a few updates to go over, and then a couple of complaints about the updates to go over. So the first one we're going to do, I guess we can go into the stickers.
Exactly what I want.
Yeah. So it says, and thank you to Couple of Gaming for this beautiful infographic as always, personalize your gifts by adding stickers to them. Now there's a couple of things wrong with this. While sending a gift to a friend, tap add a sticker and pick a sticker to attach. Collect new stickers by opening gifts. At the beginning you'll get a set of stickers for free. In the future you'll be able to purchase some designs in the shop. Okay, once again, I understand Niantic is a company, Pokemon Go Up is a company, they need to make money, but stuff like this, I feel, has gotta be the worst cash grab I have ever seen in my life, and I don't agree with it. If they're gonna do something like this, it's cool to add to the gifting system. For starters, when we're working on the gifting system, this is one of the complaints that everybody had. I do not stand alone in this. Let me know down in the comments how you feel about it. But if they're going to update the gift system, don't do something to make it prettier or cooler when you're doing it. Make it easier. Like the biggest thing me and a group of friends when we were out raiding last week were discussing mass gifting. If everybody in your friends list has an open space to have a gift sent to it, you should just be able to send gifts to people that have opened, and you can send it. You can send up to 100 gifts a day. Do you know how tedious it is to go through? I have almost a full friends list. Do you know how tedious it is to go through and check every person that's opened a gift and send it and wait and go to the next one? So we needed an adjustment to the gifting system. They gave us stickers. I'm sorry, it's not something I can be positive about. It's not something I can get behind. Again, it's cool. It's a cool thing. One, I don't think it should be something that was prioritized. Two, I don't think it should be something that was charged for. Moving on to the next one, this is the big one. Raid invites are coming soon, and it's saying that they're going to just add a plus button when you go into the raid lobby, whether it be a remote raid or a standalone raid. We don't have a lot of information about it yet, but we do have enough to know that there's going to be a plus button, and you can invite up to 5 friends to the lobby. Now, my question about that is going to be, can you invite 5 friends, and then can they invite other friends as well? Or if you've been invited, can you not invite a friend? You just have to show up. Realistically speaking, any raid out there can be done with 6 people, so it shouldn't really matter, but we need these specifics to know how it's going to work, how we're going to deal with it. I think it's going to be great that we're going to be able to do this though. So I am going to be doing something where I'm going to clear out my friends list of all inactive players and players that I don't personally know anymore. So I can start doing stuff like interact with you guys more. So I can add 5 of you one day and we can all do a raid together. And then the next day I can add 5 more. I can help you guys get gifts that way, you know. I'm trying to help the community out as much as I can when all of us have to still stay at home. I know my state is slowly opening back up and we're allowed to go out, but I also know there's still a lot of places that are on 100% lockdown, and this is going to be helpful for them, but we still don't have enough specifics to it, but I think this is a good start. Now, the big complaint everybody's having about this one is still, where is our skip timer button? Where is our ready up button, a lobby ready button, whatever you want to call it? We have been a community for almost 4 years now, and Niantic gives things to a game that nobody even plays anymore, gets better updates than Pokemon Go does. Wizards Unite got a lobby ready button for, I have no idea how to play Wizards Unite. I've never played it, but I do know people that do, and they told me that they have a ready up button for whatever their battles and that are. You don't have to wait for anything, but for some reason we do. We have to sit and wait for an entire 2-minute lobby, which when you're doing raid hours, when you're doing Wafu raids, when you've got a group of people you're going around with and you have your community ready, or if you have a lobby of 20 people and we're all ready to go, we still have to wait full 2 minutes, which makes no sense to me because cultures like in Japan, when we were there, you would jump into a lobby and it would have 20 people in it that fast. So if in 10 seconds the lobby is ready to go, why do we still have to wait 2 full minutes? I mean, these updates really, whereas they do come out as, bless you, whereas they do come out as great quality of life updates in certain aspects, like the stickers thing, that is not a quality of life update. That's a cash grab all day. I'm sorry, but it is. It doesn't give any quality of life to anything in the game, and honestly, it makes the gifting system take longer now because you have to go, what sticker do I want? Do I want to go buy more? It's just, I don't think it was something we needed to focus on right now, but that could be just me. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on that down in the comments. But the inviting to raids, I think that should have been something that was enacted when they dropped remote raiding to begin with, because a big issue with remote raids, now mind you, we're in San Diego now, I can see like 35 gyms at any given time from our condo. By the way, Niantic, where are my raids? So I can get moving on this research. But there are other places, like when we were in Apple Valley before we moved out here, I couldn't see a single gym from where we were, and it would be a good 15-minute drive before I would even see one. So for the rural players that have really hard times getting to gyms and they're not allowed to go out, this would have been amazing for them from the start. So it's great that we have it now. Hopefully it doesn't like crash the servers when it starts. Hopefully they were reinforcing everything they needed to when we did get shut down for 7 hours that day. But that's pretty much the stickers and inviting friends thing. That's the information we have on that. Nothing new just yet. The next thing is going to be the 7 kilometer eggs. Everybody was wondering what's going to be in the 7 kilometer eggs. So it's not gonna be, thank God, it's not gonna be the fossil rock type eggs anymore. They're going to bring back Alolans as they were originally the 7KMs were, and they're adding in the Galarian forms. Now, honestly, the Alolan eggs were probably the most irritating when they first came out because I'll never forget it. We were all in France and Gilly hatched his first batch in France, 7 Alolan Sandshrew and 2 Alolan Rattata. Most annoying egg pull ever, but now all of the Alolans can be shiny, and we now have the new Galarian forms, Meowth, Zigzagoon, Darumaka, and Stunfisk, that everybody's going to be going for. So with it being a bunch of shiny possibilities, good IV possibilities, and the new Galarians, I think that egg shakeup is going to be really great, and that's starting on June 8th at 1 p.m. your local time. So if you're looking for those, obviously right now in the 7KM eggs, it's just straight Galarians. So after June 8th, it's going to start being Alolans and Galarians, which the only Alolan shiny I'm missing is Grimer. I have... Oh, that's true, Rattata. I still need Alolan Rattata, which, you know what's funny? It's not going to be in the eggs. So, rip to that, but I do also need one more Geodude, which I hatched my first one from an egg, so I might have some luck there, and I don't know. I don't need any Sandshrew. I don't need any Vulpix. I don't need any Meowth. If you guys are new here and you don't know why I don't need any of those, go back and look at my Philadelphia Safari Zone video, and you'll see why I don't need any of those. But I think the egg shakeup is going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be good because I do like hatching eggs. I do enjoy walking. I do enjoy the mystery and shiny hunting from them, and whereas the egg shakeup for the fossil types like Arcan, Shiny, Aerodactyl, I did manage to hatch one. I've hatched a bunch of Arcan. It was cool eggs, but like, I think if they're going to do egg shakeups, they should do them more frequently, maybe every 2 weeks even, because for me, I hatch an average of like 110 eggs a week. So after 2 weeks, it's very tedious, and I know not everybody hatches as many eggs as I do, but even the people that only hatch 1 or 2 eggs a day still don't want to see the same stuff week after week after week. So this is a good move on their part to leave the Galarians in, add the Alolans back in, because like I said, they are all shiny available now. So yes, it is stuff we've seen a million times before, but it's a shiny variant, and I think it's a good way to shake it back up because they've added a bunch of new Pokemon into the game, and this is a way to continue getting them. The question everybody is asking though, is it going to be the only way to get Meowth and Zigzagoon's Galarian forms? Because Darumaka, I know it said they spawn in the wild, but I think I've seen like 2 in the wild since that event came out. But obviously Galarian, Meowth, and Zigzagoon, both of the regular forms spawn in the wild all the time, so I don't know. We'll see what they do with that, but that's going to be the egg shakeup, and then we have a raid weekend coming. So we are going to have the return of Latios and Latias raid weekend. This is another thing people were complaining about. I'm not bringing the negativity here. I don't mind it. I do agree with the people that did bring the negativity, but they wanted me to address this in the video. So when people in the community ask me to address things, I'm going to. That's what I'm here for. To be the voice of everybody, to try and help as much as I can to help grow the community. And the first thing that people had a complaint for is they're doing Latios and Latias at the same time that Reshiram is out. So the reason people don't like this is when you go out for a specific Pokemon, like I have 1 shiny Latios and I was never able to get Latias because when these first came out, I was still working. It wasn't something I could go out and do all of the raid days for and the weekends for and the raid hours for. It just wasn't feasible back then. So I got 1 of the shinies. I still need the other, and I'd take more. They're great shinies. One's gold, one's like green. It's a great shiny family. But when you only have so much time to raid, and a raid egg takes an hour to hatch, if you wait for that legendary to pop and you're looking for Latios or Latias and it pops out a Reshiram, that's not fun. That's not good, because now you gotta go find either one that's already hatched or you gotta go wait for another egg to hatch. And I've seen it where her and I have gone out on raid days to chase them down back when we would duo stuff without a community. It sucks when you chase down 4 or 5 eggs and they all hatch the wrong Pokemon. Like when you're chasing down level 1s and all you want is a Timber and you get a Clink, a Venipede, and then, I don't know, when Stunky was in raids. Like, who wants a Stunky out of a raid? Come on now. It is, but you can't get PvP stats for it from a raid. You still gotta trade for it. So nobody's gonna waste a raid pass on that. So I don't know. That's how people felt about it. They wanted me to address it, and I do agree with them. I don't think if they're gonna do a raid weekend, and yes, it is the 12th, 13th, 14th, so you get 4 days to do it. But if you only have a certain amount of time in that 4-day window to do this, having it depend on it popping the right one after waiting an hour per egg, that's a little bit of a pain. And with remote raids being out, one thing we were hoping for when they did release the update and invites and stuff, they would release it to where you could see people in the lobby, like maybe from the map view. Someone did an edit for it. I wish I would have gotten a hold of it, but I didn't. It showed where when you look at the view before you click to go to the raid, it shows if there's 0 people in it, 1 person in it, 2 person in it, you know. There's just certain quality of life we're hoping for, and we're hoping Niantic will listen. When we give, remember guys, positive feedback, constructive criticism. Don't go on Twitter and cuss them out and expect them to look at you. I understand I've made some, how do we put this, colorful tweets to Niantic, but you'll notice even in my tweets of complaints, I don't swear, I don't belittle, I make passive aggressive jokes, if you will, and most people find them funny. If you don't find them funny, I'm sorry, but that's just how I deal with it when I want to huck my phone like a frisbee because RNG is a pain or raids suck or something like that. But you know, this is just one of the things we have to tackle. So you're looking at June 12th at 8 a.m. in your local time to June 15th at 10 p.m. in your local time is when both of them will run. And I'll just do a quick little raid guide for you guys. It hasn't changed much. The only thing that's changed is because there are newer Pokemon. And once again, shout out to Couple of Gaming. So the first one we'll do is Latios, and it's going to be Rayquaza, Palkia, Salamence, Haxorus, Garchomp, and Reshiram, which obviously, almost all of those we did not have the first time these were around. When you were doing these before, you were doing Dragonites and things like that, but it's going to be your Dragon types. That's its biggest weakness, and its weaknesses, I mean, even if you don't have that, you're looking at it's weak to Bug, Dark, Dragon, Fairy, Ghost, and Ice. So these are the top counters, but anybody can put together a bargain bin team of all of those types. But remember, its movesets. So it's gonna have Dragon Breath, Zen Headbutt, or Charm for its fast moves, and charged moves are Outrage, Thunder, and Psychic. Non-weather boosted Hundo is 2006, and weather boosted Hundo is 2507. There's its beautiful little shiny right there, and it can be duoed. And when you're looking at a duo, these best counters are the reason those are there, is because those are gonna be your best TDO, so you can get that duo done. But it doesn't have to be duoed as long as you've got a group. And once we have invites going out, maybe they'll be ready by this time, so that'll help a lot. But these are the best ones to have if there's only 2 of you and you have no choice but to duo it. And then if you look, Latios is essentially the same, other than they sub in the Dragonite and they sub in Darkrai, but its weaknesses are Bug, Dark, Dragon, Fairy, Ghost, and Ice. So you're fine as long as you've got any of those types and you've got some maxed out, or not even maxed out, but powered up to, like, I'd say at least level 35 and up, and you should be good. And its Hundo is going to be 2187 non-weather boosted and 2723 weather boosted, and that's the shiny. I have the green, teal, I don't know, seafoam green, whatever color that is. But that's pretty much going to wrap it up for the updates that have come out so far. I think it's been great. Like I said, the only issue I'm having right now is we're supposed to be doing raids to move on, and I cannot find any. So hopefully in the next day or 2, I'll be able to get the research finished so I can get that video out, because there is a lot of exciting stuff going on in that video. But this has been my update, little raid guide, let you guys know what's going on in the game. If you did enjoy it, please make sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you're new here if you haven't already, because I have had such an amazing time being out here in San Diego, learning a new community. My community is growing amazingly since being here. I've met amazing new people, and as the world slowly opens back up, we're going to be meeting even more people. I've got plans to meet all of you. I know there's a bunch of you out here that want to hang out, and as soon as it's safe and I don't have to like air elbow you from a mile away so we can hang out. It's gonna be great. We're gonna get out and do community days and all sorts of stuff. So subscribe, hit the notification bell, join along in the adventure, and let me know down in the comments, what is your favorite part of this update? I think for me, it's going to be the charged move update for PvP, because that was the biggest issue I was having getting into my groove, is I would always go to charge the energy and I would just get too greedy to try to overcharge one too many, and I'd either lose a shield or I wouldn't swap at the right time. I wouldn't have the energy ready when I came back in on the next swap. So that's gonna help me out a lot with PvP. I think the raid invites is gonna be my number 2, because now I can raid with all of you guys. I can raid with friends and family from back home, friends in Japan. You know, I've met people all over the world, and it's hard sometimes to get friendship as well when you can't open all of your gifts. There's only so many, you know, I've got a lot of best friends, but I've got a lot of people I'm still working on best friends for, and when you're capped at 30, that means I can only hit friendship with 30 people a day. So this is another way we'll be able to interact and get more friendship levels up. It's Niantic's working on it. There's some things they have ignored and prioritized when I don't think they should have, but they're doing great. Those are my thoughts and opinions. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. I'm gonna get out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you all in the next one.